NADH and FADH that will be transport from this enzyme or complex, there are certain changes in proton, okay, that will be go outside of the mitochondrial wall, and at the end of this ATP is synthesized. Okay, so simply when we took a food in a form of molecule, carbohydrate, lipid or protein, at the end of TCA cycle, ETC cycle, we have ATP instead of this molecule. Okay, so this is the whole biological oxidation with ETC cycle. Okay. So start with a biological oxidation. So as I already said, that is our three stage. This is the primary first stage. That is the digestive stage. Okay, we took a intestine, we took a food with a carbohydrate, lipid, and protein. Okay, and with digestion in intestine, it converted into the glucose, fatty acid, and amino acid. Okay, in second stage of biological oxidation, that this molecule, monomolecule, that will be goes into the TCA cycle. Okay, and a form NADH and FADH. Okay, this will be goes into the third stage of the metabolism, into the ETC cycle. Okay, in ETC cycle, with help of the oxygen, this NADH produce a ATP from ADP. Okay, so simply from the our food molecule, that will be end of ATP. Okay, so this is the simple biological oxidation and ETC. But how this uh, ATP synthesized, that will be seen in the next slide. We see up to the TCA cycle. At the end of the TCA cycle, we receive the 3 NADH, 1 FADH. Okay, this NADH and FADH goes into the ETC cycle. Okay, so simply here we can see that AH2 means that is the NADH or FADH. Okay, sorry, this is the molecule. Okay, from this we derive a NADH. Okay, here you can see when this molecule is oxidized. Okay, and NAD plus is converted into the NADH. Okay, now this NADH goes into the ETC cycle with help of the O2. This NADH is converted again into the NAD plus and release H2O, water molecule. But during this reaction, ADP is phosphorylated to the ATP. Okay, so ATP is released. Okay, and this ATP, that energy used for the muscle contraction, active transport, biosynthesis, and again ATP is converted into the ADP. Okay, so first there is a oxidation occur. Okay, and then in ETC, at the end of the ETC, there is a phosphorylation of the ADP occur. Okay, ADP phosphorylated to the ATP. So both are combined, oxidative phosphorylation. Okay, so oxidation occur, then phosphorylation occur. Both mechanism or reaction combine together and called the oxidative phosphorylation. Simply. So simply biological oxidation is the transfer of electron from reduced coenzyme through the respiratory chain to the oxygen is known as a biological oxidation. Okay, so whatever the electron that is present in reduced coenzyme means NADH, FADH. Okay, that have electron that will be transferred to the respiratory chain. Respiratory chain is nothing but a complex of enzyme that accept the electron from this NADH and FADH. That will be transfer electron from one complex to second to third. Okay, that is the respiratory chain, and end of this etc, this electron along with the oxygen, that will be phosphorylate the ADP. That is the biological oxidation. Okay, so energy released during this process is trapped as a ATP. This coupling of oxidation with phosphorylation, that is called the oxidative phosphorylation. Okay, so electron transport chain, just I said that electron flow or transport that occur through the successive enzyme, dehydrogenase enzyme. This enzyme, like 4 enzyme is there. Okay, complex 1, complex 2, that is the enzyme only. Okay, and it is called complex because this enzyme is made up of more than one molecule, or it also contain ion, so it is called the complex. So complex 1, 2, 3 and 4, that together, that is called the electron transport chain. And there this complex is a nothing but enzyme plus coenzyme. Okay, and most of are oxidoreductase in nature. Okay, this is the simple 5 that enzyme that is present into the etc. First is oxidase, then dehydrogenase, aerobic and anaerobic dehydrogenase. Okay, then hydroxyperoxidase and oxygenase. So this is the all enzyme that is involved in the etc cycle. We will look into this enzyme into the detail in forwarding slide. So just remember here, this is the 5 kind of the enzyme that is present into the etc cycle. Okay, so now where etc is occur. So as we see the TCA cycle occur into the mitochondria. Okay, and this etc cycle also that is occur into the mitochondria. Okay, so mitochondria is the, you know, that is the cellular organ that have 2 membrane. Okay, and this membrane, outer membrane and inner membrane, and inner membrane is highly selective in the permeability, contain a specific transport protein. So it does not transport the any molecule without a permission of, that is inner mitochondrial membrane. Okay, that is specific protein that allow the specific molecule to transport. Okay, and this inner membrane of this etc that mitochondria that contain the respiratory chain and translocating chain. So whatever the complex or enzyme of etc is there, that is present on the membrane of inner membrane of mitochondria. So here you can see this black one. Okay, that is the etc complex is there. This is the outer membrane, this is the inner membrane. Here inner membrane, it contain the etc that etc that enzymes. Okay, here one of the most important concept of etc is the high H plus concentration, or you can say high high proton concentration. Okay, so high proton concentration is present in between the membrane. Okay, you can see here, here and here. Okay, so just remember there is a high H plus concentration is present between the inner and outer membrane. Now there is a one question, or there is a one short note is there, that various enzyme that is present in the outer membrane, inner membrane, or inside the mitochondria. Okay, so in outer membrane, this enzyme MAO enzyme, monoamine oxidase, acyl CoA synthetase, phospholipase A2, this enzyme is present into the outer membrane. In between inner and outer membrane of mitochondria, adenylate kinase, creatine kinase that is present in outer surface of inner mitochondrial membrane that present the glycerol 3-phosphate dehydrogenase, and inner surface of the inner membrane, the succinate dehydrogenase enzyme of an enzyme of respiratory chain, as we discussed. Okay, and inside the matrix or inside the that mitochondria enzyme of TCA cycle is present. Okay, enzyme of beta oxidation is present. You know that TCA cycle and beta oxidation that occur into the mitochondria inside, okay, into the matrix. So whatever the NADH and FADH present derived from the TCA cycle and that oxidation of beta oxidation of fatty acid, that will be goes into the ETS cycle, ETC cycle, okay, and it will produce the ATP. Okay, so production of NADH and FADH from these two inside the matrix, and that will be used up by the enzyme of the respiratory chain that is present into the inner surface of the inner membrane, the mitochondria, and produce the ETCs, that ATP. Now, how this organization of ETC chain is there? Okay, so simply I said that NADH, there is an electron from NADH that is transferred to the complex or enzyme of the respiratory chain. Okay, so electron flow from the more electronegative component to more electropositive component. Okay, so more electronegative component like NADH is there. Okay, that transfer the electron to the more electropositive component like complex 1, 2, 3. Okay, so from NADH to complex 1, 2, 3, that electron flow occur. Okay, so all component that is present in inner membrane of the mitochondria. Okay, there are mainly 4 multi-protein complex, or you can say enzyme. Multi-protein complex. Remember, okay, protein is present, and along with this, coenzyme is also present. Okay, so name is complex 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and this complex that is connected by, so this complex 1, 2, 3, and 4 that is present into the inner mitochondrial membrane, okay, on the membrane. So these complex are connected by various mobile carriers. Mostly are two, that is the coenzyme Q and cytochrome C. Okay, these two that is present in between the complex. Now you see that how this NADH is generated. Okay, NADH is generated during the TCA cycle. Okay, and mostly beta oxidation of the fatty mitochondria. Okay, so NADH is impermeable to the inner mitochondrial membrane. So NADH have transferred from the matrix of mitochondria to the outer side of the inner membrane. Okay, so it required the malate aspartate shuttle. Okay, simply NADH is into the matrix. Now this NADH is transported from matrix into the in between the outer and inner membrane of the mitochondria, but it is not easily transported. It requires some carrier protein. That name is the malate aspartate shuttle. Okay, so here you can see this is the mitochondria. Okay, this is the inner mitochondrial membrane, and this inner and outer, and this is the cytoplasm. Okay, so this is the matrix of mitochondria, and this is the cytoplasm. Okay, so here you can see malate is converted into the oxaloacetate, okay, with help of the malate dehydrogenase enzyme. Now this NADH is does not permeable to this. So what happened? This oxaloacetate that again is converted into the aspartate, okay, with help of this AST enzyme. Okay. Now this aspartate goes outside, and aspartate again converted into the oxaloacetate. Now this oxaloacetate converted into the malate. Here you can see NADH is converted into the NAD plus into the H plus. Okay. So simply this NADH is transported from mitochondria into the outer, that is the cytoplasm, with help of this malate aspartate shuttle. Here malate and aspartate are synthesized and again used And simply the meaning of this malate aspartate shuttle is nothing but the transport of NADH. Okay. Now we see the first 1 minute. So this is the overall view of the ETC cycle. Okay. So you can see here this is the inside of the mitochondria matrix. This is the inner wall. Okay. This is the inner wall of the mitochondria. Here you can see this is the complex one. Okay. This is the inner mitochondrial wall. Here complex 1 is present. Okay. This is the complex 2, complex 3. This is the complex 4. Okay. So complex 1 name is the NADH coenzyme Q reductase, or you can also say NADH dehydrogenase complex. Okay. So here you can see this is the complex 1. Complex 2, that name is a succinate Q reductase. Okay. Third complex is the cytochrome reductase, or you can say cytochrome BC1 complex. Okay, because it contains the B cytochrome B and by cytochrome C1. Okay, and complex 4 it is called the cytochrome oxidase. Okay, all this complex that contains some iron, like here iron sulfur complex 1, and one coenzyme is the FMN. Okay. Second complex that is contain FAD coenzyme and iron and sulfur. Then complex 3 that is contain cytochrome B and cytochrome C1. It also contain iron and sulfur. And complex 4 cytochrome oxidase that contain the cytochrome A83. Okay, and copper ion. Okay. So all these are the complex. Okay, and here you can see that simply electron transport from NADH that give the transport to the complex 1. Okay, and this complex 1 then transport this electron to the cytochrome Q directly. Okay, and this cytochrome Q that donate or give the electron to the complex 3. So here complex 2 is not involved. When the NADH is transferred, the electron from complex 1 to cytochrome Q to complex 3, and then electron is transported into the cytochrome C, then complex 4. When there is a FADH2 is synthesized from succinate, that is the TCA cycle. Okay, in TCA cycle 1, FADH2 is synthesized. So this FADH2 directly gives the electron to the complex 2, not to the complex 1. Complex 1 that accept the electron from NADH, and complex 2 that accept the electron from the FADH2. Okay, this electron from FADH2 that give the cytochrome Q, then complex 3, then cytochrome C, and complex 4. Okay, so simply for electron from NADH goes like flow like complex 1, cytochrome Q, then complex 3, cytochrome C, and complex 4. In case of the succinate FADH2 electron that give to the complex 2, then cytochrome Q, then complex 3, cytochrome C, and complex 4. So this is the electron transport, how that transport from NADH and from FADH, or you can say succinate. Okay. So this is the electron transport chain. Now we see in the detail complex. Okay. So complex 1. The name of the complex 1 you can see here, that NADH coenzyme Q reductase, or you can say NADH dehydrogenase enzyme. Okay. In this complex contain the iron plus sulfur. Okay. It is called NADH coenzyme Q reductase or NADH dehydrogenase complex. Okay. It is tightly bound to the, as we already discussed that, it is present into the inner mitochondrial membrane. Okay. Secondly, what is the composition of this NADH? We already discussed that is contain one FMN coenzyme Q. Sorry, FMN, that is the coenzyme. Okay. It also contains the iron sulfur protein. Okay. So FMN and iron sulfur protein. So whatever the NADH is produced in ETC cycle, that TCA cycle or beta oxidation, that donate the electron to the complex one. But in complex one, this donor, that electron is accepted by the FMN coenzyme that is present in NADH, that complex one. Okay, and that will be converted into the FMNH2. So simply from NADH to the complex one, but in complex one, the part is the FMN that will be converted into the FMNH2. Okay, so here you can see this NADH. Okay, give the electron to FMN, and FMNH converted into the FMNH2 and NADP plus. This FMN is nothing but the part of the complex one. Okay. Now this electron from FMNH2 then transfer to the iron, ferrous and sulfur iron. Okay. Then this is the part, this iron sulfur, that is, this is the part of the complex one. After that, this electron give to the coenzyme Q. Okay. This coenzyme Q is nothing but the part, that is the again part of the that is part of that part of the what called, that is the complex one. Okay. So what happened in that summary of the complex one, you can say, you can see here that whatever the electron that is present, okay, that give to the FMN and then iron sulfur, then coenzyme Q. Okay, so this brown part is the nothing but complex one that contain the FMN and iron sulfur ion. Okay, so here you can see this NADH give the electron to FMN, and FMN converted into the FMNH2, and this give electron to the iron sulfur. So iron sulfur reduce. Then after this reduce iron sulfur, electron give to the coenzyme Q. Coenzyme Q is reduced to QH2. Okay, so simply from NADH to complex 1 and complex 1 to coenzyme Q. So this is the first part here up to here. Okay, so NADH complex 1 and that cytochrome Q, that is the coenzyme Q. So during the most important part, okay, so during the transport of this molecule, here you can see NADH electron is give here, here, and at the end of the coenzyme Q or cytochrome Q, that is reduced. So during this transport of electron, most important that reaction occur, that is the 4 proton from inside. Remember what happened in the previous slide. We have concept that in the mitochondrial matrix there is a high concentration of the proton is there. So remember just one concept, there is a high concentration of proton or H plus that is present into the matrix. So during this electron transport, this proton are transported outside of this matrix into the outside of the mitochondrial membrane. So here you can see this 4 proton. When this electron transport occur during the complex 1, 4 proton is transported from inside of the mitochondria to the outside of the mitochondria simply. So electron goes through the complex 1 and 4H plus goes out of the that mitochondria. Okay. So remember here, electron transport with 4 proton outside. Okay, here you can again see same here NADH that transport the electron to the coenzyme Q. Okay, and 4 proton that is transported outside to the that mitochondria. Now complex 2 succinate coenzyme Q reductase enzyme. Okay, so pair of the electron pass from the succinate to the FAD. Okay, this is the TCA cycle. Okay, FAD that is converted into the FADH2. Okay, so what happened here? Succinate converted into the fumarate. This directly give the electron to the FAD to the FADH2. That is the part of the complex 2. Okay, that name is the succinate Q reductase. Okay, so simply when succinate is converted into the fumarate, the in the complex 2, the FAD that will be converted into the reduced form FADH2. Now the again part of the complex 2, oxidized iron sulfur converted into the reduced form, same as the complex 1, and it gives the again electron to the cytochrome Q or coenzyme Q. So summary, what happens? Succinate to FAD. This is the part of the complex to these two parts, FAD and FA iron sulfur, and that transfer the electron from succinate to the coenzyme Q. Okay. So during this electron transport, again, what happened? Here you can see succinate is converted into the fumarate, and that will be transfer the FAD to FADH2, then iron sulfur, then coenzyme cytochrome Q to this. Okay, this is the same again, same that that figure. Okay, this is the this is the complex 2. Okay, that receive this electron from succinate. Okay, now coenzyme Q is reduced by complex 1 and complex 2 that give the electron from NADH and from the succinate respectively. Okay. Now from cytochrome Q, what happened? NADH give to the complex 1, complex 1 give to the cytochrome Q. Okay. And in case of the second complex, that is receive the electron from the that succinate, then it gives the cytochrome Q. Now this cytochrome Q that give the electron to the complex 3. That name is the cytochrome reductase. Okay. So this is the part. You see that here, from here to here, electron is there, and second here to here. Now cytochrome C give the electron to the complex 3. Okay. So complex 3, that name is the cytochrome reductase. Okay. This is the cluster of again iron sulfur protein. Okay, it also contains the cytochrome B and cytochrome C1. Okay, this is the part of the that complex 3. Cytochrome B, cytochrome C1, okay, and iron and sulfur. During this process of transfer of electron, the iron in the heme group that is converted into the Fe+3 into the Fe+2. We see in this next slide. So here you can see how this electron is transported from cytochrome C. Here you can see cytochrome C. Okay, that will be give the this cytochrome C give the electron to the complex 3. This complex 3, this is the cytochrome C, okay? Cytochrome Q, sorry. That is the connection between the complex 1, 2 to the complex 3, okay? So this cytochrome Q give the electron to the, this is the complex 3. In complex 3, iron sulfur first get reduced, then this give the ion to the cytochrome B, then cytochrome C. This cytochrome C is reduced, and finally complex 3 that give the electron to the cytochrome C. Okay, cytochrome C is outside of the complex 3. In complex 3, cytochrome B and cytochrome C1 is there. Okay, but here cytochrome C, that is the connector between the complex 3 and complex 4. And here this cytochrome Q, that is the connector between the complex 1, 2 to the complex 3. Okay, so remember cytochrome C, so Q and C, that is the connector between the complex. Okay, so summary, you here you can see that cytochrome Q that give the complex 3 electron to complex 3. This is the part of the complex 3. Okay, iron sulfur, cytochrome B, cytochrome C1. Then it give the electron to cytochrome C. Now cytochrome C, only C, that connect the complex 3 and complex 4. Okay. So it contain the different protein like complex 3. Okay, so cytochrome oxidase that contain the cytochrome A, cytochrome A3. Okay, so complex 4 that is tightly bound to the mitochondrial membrane. Again, the 4 electron that are accepted from the cytochrome C, okay, pass to the molecular oxygen. So complex 4, that function of complex 4 is nothing but the accept this electron from the complex cytochrome C and give this electron to the molecular oxygen, and this will be converted into the oxygen and during converted into the H2O, water. During this conversion, there is a ADP phosphorylation occur and form the ATP. Okay, and this complex 4 that contain the 2 copper ion. Okay, so complex 4 that is made up of cytochrome A3. Okay, this is the complex 4 that contain cytochrome A3 that contain the iron and copper. Okay, now cytochrome C, that is the in between the complex 3 and complex 4. Okay, this is the connector between complex 3 and complex 4. So that accept the electron, okay, from the cytochrome C that is converted into the reduced oxidized form. Now this electron from cytochrome C that goes to the complex 4. This complex 4, this is the cytochrome A3. This is reduced, again oxidize and give the electron to the O2. Correct? Okay, and O2 is converted into the 2H2O, water molecule. Okay, so summary here, cytochrome C, this is the complex 4, give the electron to the O2. Okay, so during the transfer of electron in complex 3, there is again 4 H plus or 4 proton that is come from inside to the outside. Okay, so first 4 proton that will be here goes outside during the first complex. Here you can see 4 proton that come from inside to outside during complex 1. Then during complex 3, again 4 proton that will be goes inside to the outside. And at the last, during the complex 4, electron transport, only 2 hydrogen ion transfer from inside to outside. Okay, so simply 4 electron during the first, then 4 proton again transported during the complex 3, and 2 proton during the complex 4. Okay, so total 10 proton goes inside to outside of the mitochondria during the electron transport chain. Okay, one cycle. Okay, during one cycle. So simply at the end of, you can see here, electron from NADH goes into complex 1, then cytochrome C, Q. Okay, that is the connector between these two, complex 1 and complex 2, to the complex 3. Okay, so during this complex 1 to cytochrome Q, 4 proton goes inside to outside. Okay, now cytochrome Q give the electron to complex 3. When complex 3 electron goes to the cytochrome C, again 4 that proton goes inside to outside. Okay, now cytochrome C, that is connect the complex 3 to complex 4. Okay, so cytochrome C again transfer the electron to the complex 4, and complex 4 transfer the electron to the O2 molecule. During this, again 2 proton or H plus come from inside to outside. So total 10 that 10 H plus that will be transported out during the electron transport. So simply, when NADH give electron to the complex 1, and this electron transport here to here, total 10 H plus goes from inside to the outside. Okay, but when this succinate, that FADH2 give the electron to here to here to here, okay, only 6 H plus that goes inside to outside, because this 4 H plus proton that will be not transported, because here succinate give the electron from 2 to directly 3. So there is a no involvement of the complex 1 during the succinate FADH2. So here 4 proton is that will be not transported from inside to outside. So simply, when, in simple word, when NADH is oxidized, it give the electron, and this will be passed through the ETC. Total 10 proton or H plus transported from inside to outside. Okay, but in case of the succinate or FADH2, only 6 proton that will be come from inside to outside when that electron is transported from this succinate to the O2. Okay, so this is the difference. Now this proton, simply proton goes outside, and this proton come inside again with the help of the one carrier protein. Okay, so more H plus outside in case of NADH and compared to the FADH2. Okay, so now this proton again come inside from outside mitochondria with help of the complex 5 and produce the ATP. Okay, so that will be, we will see into the next lecture. Okay, so just remember, NADH that transfer the electron, and it transport the 10 H plus ion from inside to outside, and this H plus ion when come again inside, that will be produce ATP. Okay, in case of succinate FADH2, only 6 that H plus ion that goes from inside to outside. Okay, 4 into the 3 and 2 into the, so total 6, only 6 proton is goes from inside to outside. When this 6 H plus again come inside with the complex 5, that is the one protein, carrier protein. Okay, then again ATP is synthesized. So simply NADH, in case of NADH, that 10H plus are come inside. So more ATP is synthesized compared to that of the FADH2. Okay. So next lecture we will see about the ETC further. Okay. So till now, from today, just we have to understand that in biological oxidation, NADH and FADH2 is produced. This FADH and NADH again transfer that electron to the O2 molecule. Okay. So for today, that's all. In next lecture, we will see the ETC part 2. Okay.